Everyone, Ian here at Mannerscheid Media, along with co-pilot here at SAS Polytech main campus, ABT program, Scott Kukarishan. Well, we have some color on an Impala. So this is a pretty exciting video for us. I think probably more for Scott, because that means this is getting near completion. But yeah, Scott's going to walk us around and show us the finished product that we have behind us here in this 62 Impala Convertible. So take it away, Scotty.
Thanks, Ian.
All right, Scott, what do we got?
Well, like you said, we got another one almost in the bin, and ready to go. The chassis for this thing just went out like 2 weeks ago, because usually we take them off the chassis. We've got a jig system that goes in a rotisserie, so that the owner can get the powertrain in, the frame sandblasted, painted, doing whatever they're going to do. And this time we had opted to leave it on the chassis, so it only left 2-3 weeks ago. So he's got that sent out for getting redone, and the power chain and the ball joints and everything getting done on it. But in the meantime, we got the floor in, we've got it epoxy seam sealed, all seam sealed inside. We got new quarters on.
Nice.
And I think like these are 2-door hardtop quarters. So we have to do a section that went somewhere about here, all the way around and back into there. So students did an amazing job.
Awesome. Good.
Shout out to Carter's Auto Restyling, that got some tips and tricks on him, and our bodywork and seam welding is going way better. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Quarter panels, tubs, rear trunk floor. Thought we'd show you what we actually chopped off on this car. So we got a quarter panel here, and it was, you know, it was almost all bodywork. Like, what? Just sand it down and paint it.
Oh my God.
Well,
is that? Tell me that's arena board. What is that? Is it like?
It's tin.
Oh, it's tin. Oh,
some type of sheet metal. Lots of prop rivets, overlapping prop rivets for strength. You know, and a little bit of heat there to help shape it. It's. I don't know why we even chopped it off. We did it just for, you know, good training for the students.
Good training for the students. Yeah, that'll last forever. Yeah. Oh man.
And on the other one, we got some more blast from the past. So this thing took some damage in this area, and in the days of old, punch a hole, put a screw, put a slide hammer on, and slide hammer it out.
Okay, I was gonna ask if that was the old how you pulled that stuff out.
That's so old it's even before my time.
Oh, you're not that old, but it was a while ago. Yeah, I got it.
So, anyways, this was all roughed out. We look at it from the inside.
Oh, there's
that's what it looks like. So somebody was in there trying to rough out something. The reason why you can't do that today, if we put cold fill or mud, Bondo, proper terms, cold fill. The idea back in the day was to have the cold fill go through there and act like fingers for grip. But condensation would happen around here. Cold fill is porous. Which means it soaks up water pretty good. Of course, and this would all rust out. The other side would rust out, and in about 5-10 years, depending on what part of the country or what weather this saw, it would just fall off in a big chunk, and there'd be a big rust hole underneath. So cannot fill over top of holes.
Understood. Yeah.
And we had some more pop rivets and so on.
Man.
Wow. So, some wall art of what not to do.
That goes in the PowerPoint presentation. It's gone.
So, anyways, we'll rotate. We'll show you underneath the car.
Oh, that rotisserie is money. Just so. Doesn't that rotisserie change things in the restoration world?
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
So good.
So good. Yeah, wonderful.
So on here you can see we've got the new channels, all squeeze type, some plug welded in, and all of these were replaced. This is new, this is original, and this is brand new. So trunk drop-offs are new. We also opted to section in the tubs. Just because there's so much intricate welding and everything in there, it was way better just to section them in. In this case.
Cool.
Then we put in a spray and bed liner underneath here. So This car is going to be used. They
Yes.
want to cruise.
Right.
They want to travel with it.
Yeah.
So he actually saw it on the Duster.
Oh yeah.
He said, I want the same thing.
Cool. Awesome. That's good.
So that's all done.
Yeah.
So where we're at now,
Mm-hmm.
we are at doing some, I'll flip this back.
Yeah.
Just a little like that. So we are at now some paint correction, some seam sealer correction, and what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the warehouse, and when the gentleman has the chassis ready, we're going to lower it on, and then he's got all kinds of fun putting it together.
Awesome.
So, the owner is going to be retired here in very short order.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
this is actually playing right into his retirement plans.
Oh, that's good.
Very excited about it.
I love the color. I know I've seen this here. Well, it'll be a couple days now, but I came back in this morning. I'm like, man, I like this color. I can't wait to see it with the chrome and the top and the interior. This is going to be one really, really nice Impala.
Yeah, it's definitely a chrome color.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So as soon as you start adding chrome to it, it's going to pop.
Oh, that's so good. Awesome.
So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, Scott, thanks again, always letting us into the shop here. Plenty of projects coming up, everyone. Just stay tuned to the channel. We have paint happening on a Duster soon. We're gonna break off here. Scott and I are gonna meet and talk about another vehicle, which will be another video coming. So yeah, it's lots of stuff coming down the pipe. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. See you all soon on YouTube. Bye for now.